Hi, friend. It's Lisa again, coming to talk to you a little bit more about improv. So today I want to talk about how improv has really helped my personal and professional life. I don't think I've talked about that quite yet in detail, and I don't have any notes today. So hopefully I'm able to stay on track and don't get off track, which I can tend to do. So anyway, I took my first improv class a little over 5 years ago. And at the time, I would say that I was, well, maybe I still am, a perfectionistic overthinker. And so when you have those two personality traits, improv can be really, really hard because improv is all about the yes and not controlling the situation or the skits that you're doing, right? And so, I took it, but it was again, there were times when I drove home and I hated it. I was like, I'm never going back ever, ever, ever again. And then I found myself in a new role. And when I started that role, I knew nothing, like zero, at less than zero, right? And I did not know how I was going to be successful. I didn't know how I was going to go into these businesses and talk to people when I didn't really have like a business economic sort of background. Um, and so improv really made me successful. I have to tell you, and that's really the truth. I would go into these businesses and I would be so concerned because again, I didn't know these business buzzwords, right? But I might notice that the person I was speaking to, they maybe had on their desk um, their graduation certificate from a school. And maybe I knew somebody that went to that school. Maybe I knew something about that school. Or, they might have maybe a picture of a tractor, and maybe my grandpa drove that same tractor, when I was a little kid. Or just those things that I would kind of observe around me that I would then be able to ask them questions about. So, ask them questions about, well, what is this in your business? What is that? Give me a tour. Tell me about this. How did you set this up? Where did you come up with this idea? All of these different things that I would ask them. And the truth is that people in business, their two favorite conversations to have are about themselves and about their business. And so if you listen to my recording that I did last Wednesday about active listening, that's a great skill to have when you're in a business talking to somebody, because then you're able to come back to what they had said earlier. So if somebody in a business, if they say to you, oh my gosh, we're really having a hard time with X, Y, and Z, or oh my gosh, this is really going well for us, or you're kind of asking those questions as you go along, and you're trying to land something, right? Land a sale, figure something out. By kind of actively listening, by using some specific improv skills, it makes you appear way more genuine. And to be honest, you are way more genuine because you are trying to create a relationship. You're trying to show them how much you're interested in them. And so I think that, had I not had improv, I would have failed miserably in my most recent role. And so, I'd love to know what you think if you're using improv skills in your role, if you have any questions for me about, things that you've come up against. But, especially if you're somebody new in a role, if you're a newer salesperson and you're not quite sure what you're doing, I cannot recommend improv enough. Again, I have to tell you, you're going to leave a couple times and hate it. You're going to be like, I'm never going back to that ever again. But it's going to really impact you personally and professionally in the long run. And so today I thought that I might leave you with a dad joke. They're my favorite kinds of jokes. So here we go. You ready? Why is it always so windy in the stadiums? Why is it always so windy in the stadiums? Because of all the fans. Get it? Oh, all right. Do you have a dad joke? Comment below. If you have any other questions, comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.